What is going on, Nerd Paraders? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming to hang here with me today as we once again play some more New World, and we're working on a little bit of a project today. My project for today is Moving Day. That's right, Moving Day. So here is Windsward, right? You're all familiar with the map. Here is Windsward, and this used to be, and still kind of is, I have a house there, my home. So Windsward, I love the area. All the crafting stations are super close to each other, and it's centrally located on the map. However, we've been forced out of Windsward, and this is what I'm going to be talking about in my video here today. Before we get into it, introductions are in order. I am Nick, this is Nerd Parade, and welcome once again to the channel. So like I mentioned just a few moments ago, we have been forced out of Windsward. It's not because we pissed off the townsfolk and they ran us out with pitchforks and torches, but it is because of taxes. So these guys who are controlling the city currently have hiked up the taxes so high for whatever reason. Maybe it's greed, maybe they're really trying to gun to get all of the crafting stations maxed out. They've increased the taxes so high that it's run everybody out of the town. It's become unreasonable. So this is 1.35 is pretty steep when it comes to crafting. The trading tax at 7.5 plus is pretty steep, and 6.5 is kind of steep when it comes to housing. I happen to own a tier 4 house, the max tier house in Windsward, because I wanted all that extra storage space. But I found myself having to move because the taxes are too high. So we ended up coming over here to Brightwood, where taxes are much more reasonable. Sub 1. Less than 5%. Housing, 5%. I own a house here in Brightwood now, and the layout is very similar to it, but that's not what we're here to talk to you about today. We're not going to talk about the layout of towns and the general taxes, although that leads me into my point. New World, and this has been talked about a little bit, needs civil war. That's right, New World needs civil war. Same faction PvP. I want to take my company, battle these taxing jerkbags, and overthrow them. I don't want to have to swap to Syndicate or Covenant, because I'm currently Marauder, I'm Green Gang. I don't want to have to swap to Syndicate or Covenant to try to overthrow someone who's overtaxing an area, making things more difficult for me as a player. I know this issue has been talked about a little bit, but the reason I'm making this video is because I want you guys to talk about it as well. Let me know what you think in the comments here below, or if you'd be willing to share this video to try to get the word out that we need civil warfare in New World. One faction controlling a town shouldn't have to wait for an opposing faction to overthrow it if the people inside of the faction don't like it. If there is literally infighting happening within faction chat on the server that I'm currently on because these guys have taxed the town so heavily. And it's a really great layout town. Everybody loves Windsward. It's so conveniently low. All the crafting stations are so convenient. The location is convenient. Everybody loves Windsward. Luckily for us, server transfers are about to hit very soon. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, they are already out. But that is an option that we are considering. However, if Amazon decides that civil warfare is a good addition to the game, and this is where I want you guys to come in, is share this video, maybe with them, maybe with your friends, discuss civil warfare, same faction PvP, to where your own faction can take over a territory away from overtaxing tyrants, please do so. Please share this video, leave a thumbs up on it, subscribe here to the channel for more New World content, and support me if you want, but let me know what your thoughts are, as I mentioned before, in the comments below. If that is off the table, for example, if civil warfare is off the table, and Amazon just doesn't want that for their game, they want first come, first serve for the faction, and if somebody's going to take that territory, it's got to be another color, they should reduce the faction change cooldown from a whopping 120 days to something a little bit more reasonable. As players, we shouldn't have to rely on server transfer tokens that we will get one for free here coming very soon if it hasn't already happened by the time you're watching this video, and then we'll have to pay for the other ones when they come into the shop. So this is my plea. Please add civil warfare into the game and allow us to declare war on settlements that are already owned by our existing faction. We want to topple these overtaxing tyrants and lay claim to the territory ourselves and manage it better because we believe that we could. Or allow us to swap factions with more ease and grace and not necessarily lose so much. One of the reasons why I don't want to swap factions is if I were to swap factions, I would have to reprogress my entire quest line and grind out tokens again if I wanted to purchase armor. I wouldn't lose my existing armor if I were to faction swap, but I would have to grind myself all the way back up to the top tier of faction to be able to purchase armor again if I decided I wanted to maybe switch classes or make a different build. In my opinion, this current system is just a bit too punishing and allows one company within a faction to have a bit more power and control than they necessarily should when it comes to other members of their own same faction. This is my little rant for the day, and I'm very, very excited to hear what you guys have to say about it, and if you think it's a good idea. If you do, tag the thumbs up button. Let me know here in the comments what you think. Should something like this be implemented? In my opinion, stat. Otherwise, we in the Nerd Parade Company are looking at moving servers to a place where we can control territory or have the option to take over more territory as opposed to necessarily switching factions. I like being a Marauder. It's green gang, and green's my favorite color. Don't make me change. So we're looking into swapping servers as an alternative so that we can go to a server that's more purple or yellow dominated and try to conquer and take over territory there instead of being locked into something that's owned by our own faction and almost nothing we can do about it. But that's going to do it for my rant here today, guys. Thank you so much for coming to hang. Let me know again what you think, and we'll catch you in the next one.